Nasir El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, says you are a tribal bigot.
El-Rufai came to Anambra State on an election day.
El-Rufai, after the promise he made to Tinubu recently that he's going to serve on, even if it means on a part-time basis. I hope what Tinubu was trying to infer there by saying El-Rufai should promise him doesn't mean that if he gets to power, maybe by the grace of God, maybe El-Rufai might have some form of ministerial appointment, because Tinubu himself is very confident that he's coming into power, whether he like it or yes.
We like to be polite, but shut up your mouth.
Listen to what El-Rufai said here about the person of Peter Obi.
In 2013, I went to Anambra State as an official of the APC to witness the by-election for governorship. Your next guest, Peter Obi, was governor. He got me arrested and detained for 48 hours in my hotel room. Now I'm the governor of Kaduna State. And he is coming to Kaduna. In addition to the police and the SSS, I have one mechanized division Nigerian army here if I need to arrest and detain anyone. But we are northerners. We are civilized. We don't do things like that.
Somebody told me, he said, Peter, your brother, my brother, the governor of Kaduna State, said that he came to my state and I detained him. Let me tell you, it's good when you answer, when these things happen, you clarify them.
Let's watch the video, just a minute, let's watch it.
Number one, in my 8 years of being governor, only in the first 3 months did I have a commissioner that is not from the north. I want you to, only in my first 3 months did I have a commissioner that is not from the north. Commissioner of police. Only 3 months. And that's because I met the person. At the time the governor said this, it was during the election. The police commissioner that was there then was from Adamawa. What is his name again? 𝐲𝐿𝐼, CP 𝐲𝐿𝐼 from Adamawa. The AIG that supervised the election was Nasarawa, CP Nasarawa from the north. The DIG that came for that election tell me my powers. I was in Abuja. Government was PDP and APC. Tell me how Abuja person will issue order for somebody to be detained. Even me was detained in my local government, and I was working for. But however, all of us I committed is that when they asked me, I said, that's how they treat everybody, that I wouldn't be in Kaduna on day of election. That was the only thing. And he took it up. There's no way. I cannot do that. Co-chairman, I never asked anybody to carry ID. As governor of Anambra State, I have the best ADC in Nigeria, the best policeman. My ADC, Mohammed, is from Kano. He's the best policeman till today that I've ever met. He's from Kano. Who will I give the order? Will governor go and give order on himself? So how will I tell Mohammed, who lives in my house every day and close to his family, I get up and say, Mohammed, I want to deal with your people. And he will say that. Call my ADC today, I'll give you his phone number. He's the best policeman, he's still a policeman, he's CSP now. And he will tell you. So when people tell Peter Obi is black, 2019, I was vice president. No, I was a good man. Now I want to be president, I become bad man. I did not do anything wrong. I want to change Nigeria.
So right now, in order to canvass people in the north or galvanize votes from the north, Atiku has a strategy that he's a northerner. Tinubu has a strategy that he's a member of the APC and he has the northern governors on his side. So which of them is going to stand for the people that are from the north? Is it an Atiku that is from where they come from? Or is it a Tinubu that is not from the north but is a Muslim and also have northern governors like El-Rufai right there? But where does Peter Obi even come in the mix of all of this? I'm telling you for a fact, it's going to be a little bit difficult for Peter Obi over there in the north, especially with what El-Rufai has just said from what happened in the past. But of course, Peter Obi is someone that is very respectful, that he respects all these people, and is also looking to forge ahead, because those who have been there wouldn't have to be forever.
Video will have been let's watch it, and we see how we talk about it. Let's watch the video. Just a minute. Let's watch it.
I mean, El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, says you are a tribal bigot. Are you really?
Well, quite frankly, I listened to your advert and everything. I think this election should be issue-based. We have to concentrate on what is bothering Nigerians. We are now the capital of poverty in the world. That should be our worry. We now have huge number of unemployed youths in their productive age doing nothing. That should be our worry. We have millions of children out of school. That should be our worry. I don't think El-Rufai, as a governor, let me start there. I serve with 6 police commissioners. 6. Not one is from the southeast. Because as other people do, I never requested, I want this person or this person to be posted to me. When I started, my first police commissioner was John Haruna. He's from Taraba. When he left, he handed over to Musa Bello from Kwara. He left and handed over to Philemon Leha from Adamawa, who then handed over to Mutare, who is from Kano, and then Nasarawa, who is from Kebbi, and finally Gwari from Adamawa. My ADC was Idris from Kano, and my auditor is Maya from Taraba. And I work with these people. And every day I tell people, I have one of the best ADCs anybody can have. He's still in police, he's a CSP, and then everybody listen to me. Can El-Rufai tell us how many Igbo people he has worked with? Well, that's where you start. El-Rufai, I'm not in control. As you know, no governor is in control of either police or state security services. We're not. It is the federal government control. There was an election in my state. I, as a governor, sitting governor, have never on election day, ask anybody in Anambra State, be seen moving from one local government to the other. I move around my local government. I live in Onitsha. I go to my village to vote and go back to Onitsha. When I was in government, I go from Waka to my village and vote and go back. El-Rufai came to Anambra State on an election day and said he wants to move around the local governments. The state security services said, you can't move around. You cannot. Not even the governor is allowed to move around. Go and ask anybody whether they've seen Peter be moving from Aniocha, which is my local government, to Nnewi on an election day. They say you can't move around. The only people allowed to move around are if you're an accredited voter and you're going to vote in your local government, if you're an observer, which means you're in a group and listen. So for your safety, we want you to be safe. So stay in the hotel. If you've come for party after, you stay in the hotel, which I think is right. So when the police now asked, when I was asked after that in the interview, I said, well, listen, I, Peter, wouldn't want to be in Kaduna for the same reasons on an election day. In my 8 years of being in office, go and ask them how many people were killed, where people are being killed today in the States.
Well, one of the things El-Rufai was saying is that you were, during your administration, you expelled Northerners from the state. I
just got police people. I can't explain them. How will I have expelled them?
Well, but it's not...
No. What machinery will you use to expel people if you don't have control of the police and the army and this? Did anybody see Peter be anywhere, carrying machete anywhere? So what method will you use? Just tell me which method. Because you have to either use police, army, or this. The army commanders while I was there were from the north. The police commissioners are from the north. And like I said, go and ask any SS operative, police, anybody, whether P2B have anyone they're giving them authority to detain one person.
Your Excellency, you see something on the screen there talking about a tweet from the coalition of 𝐻𝚤𝚎 movement. And if you see what that tweet is saying, it's saying, in a swift moment of needless impulse, Peter will be bonded with some northerners, mostly those who engage in menial jobs for survival, and march them in trailer load back to their base. To him, these guys had no business.
Let me tell you, even when, to tell you how false this is, even when Fashola sent people out of this country, remember, when Fashola sent people out of Lagos and said they are madmen, you remember, I was the only governor who challenged him. I was the only governor who said, you can't do that. They are Nigerians. They live everywhere. Ruben, I live in Onitsha. Go to Onitsha. There's nothing else everywhere. In front of my own house in Onitsha, there's another one selling suya there.
Well, I think you need to clear
I said, I don't need to clear anything. They want to. In 2015, people came here to campaign with bundle of lies. And in 2019, instead of telling people, this is what we promised and we offered, they are entering into another bundle of lies. This has nothing to do, this issue of bundling or not bundling. Anambra is still there. You are involved in media. Let media people go and know whether the Northerners still live there. I just called the police commissioners, which I would have used. And 3 of them have come out in the paper and said it never happened.
Okay.
But moving on right now, looking at the state of oil theft that has been discovered by the person of Tom Polo.
Elijah.